Yes, anyway, the 7-week-old baby died from the coronavirus. Ned Lamont said Wednesday the cause of death is unknown. The unidentified child from Hartford was unresponsive when taken to the hospital recently and could not be revived. That sounds like the one with dead Anya Soto. The little 14-year-old. A 14-year-old dead Anya. The case was 44 now. 2 of them were them to test. One was a 40-year-old person, and the other one was a 14-year-old youth in a Jamaica. In a Jamaica, yes. Eh? You never hear about it? Yes. Anyway, the unidentified child from Hartford was unresponsive. The infant tested positive during a post-mortem exam for the virus that causes COVID-19, said Josh Gebile, the governor's chief operating officer. It's really a weird situation that is really dramatic. For a little baby, 7 weeks old, die from this dreaded disease. So I don't understand what is it that is happening, because right now them are strengthening them argument about how you can catch it by saying talking to somebody can suspend this pickle where you come out of your mouth in the ear and breeze will blow it. Just talking to people too near them, it can suspend the thing in the ear and then let it go upon people when the breeze blow. Why, Peter, it sounds like a thing where you say true, you know. Everybody will get it. No, serious. Come here, a doctor say it, you know. Me hear a doctor say, look here, you see, if you don't wear the mask, everybody in the world will get it. You remember when Tufton come up and say 1.7 million people liable to catch it? I don't know if you remember. And say 1.7 million people liable to catch it. Trust me, man. I want some money for build underground tunnel in the rasta. Don't serious, because them news. Anyway. Yeah, me have to retract that. The 14-year-old youth when me talk about, him never dead. But him confirmed that him have the corona disease virus. That is really that. Him never dead, but him have the virus. You know, I never know. I mean, I can't say a 20-year-old, 30-year-old person I get it, but I never know, based up half a way I did a year, that a 7-week baby and a 14-year-old could have get it. Now that changed the whole dynamics of the whole thing. And people realize that now, because you have other people now say that it's not true, because young people also develop certain underlying things too. Especially like how them are eat now, especially like how young people eat now. But it's because them not going to doctor go test themselves. Because most youth, teenager, 20-year-old, 30-year-old, especially the male them now go to doctor go check themselves. You understand? So they may have certain underlying disease where we don't know about. And because we don't know about it, it comes surprising when we hear say a 14-year-old have it. So we just want to say that, as we say, we did say the 14-year-old dead, but him don't dead. Them just test him to find out what is it that caused him to get it. Okay, so place in Europe who decides mask is very important. As me say, they might do that in China now, and South Korea, and other countries in Asia there, because, and I really want to find the clip, because there is a Jamaican doctor, well acclaimed Jamaican doctor, who is also an advocate of wearing the mask. As a matter of fact, him go as far as saying, look here, if we all don't wear the mask, all of we are going to catch it. And when I say, because you have on the mask, you can't catch it. It just I said, this is a next way to prevent it from reaching other people. Because we were told that is the person who have it supposed to wear it. The person who have it. That's them don't sneeze by you or cough by you. But me I look upon it and me I say, how you gonna know say somebody have it when him no sneeze and when him no cough? Because him cannot talk to you and send it go to you. Him cannot talk. And do your Jamaican talk nowadays when them a cuss and a go on bad, especially when police stop you on the road and all them, and you vex. You talk loud to the point where it a blow. It a blow. And them say it's not all right because you let how much 3 feet them say? Because you let 3 feet from the person. It's not all right drop on the ground before it reach 3 feet. It depends on the wind where I blow to. You know see it depends on the wind. So you go to talk and out of your mouth come that spickle and breeze just blow it to somebody else. That makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. So give thanks to all the people them who make masks. I see a whole heap of people now go home and decide to them go. I say all the woman use underpants for a mask. Look like she go rob a bank. Yeah, she look like she go rob a bank. You see it? Yeah, but she look like she go rob a bank. She put on the mask. You know, see it? Very genius lad. Very, very creative. And we go see a whole heap of that. We see a woman cut off one of the breasts at the brassiere. One of the cup them at the brassiere. And turn it in a mask. You know, it will help. Me not a scientist, but me look upon it and say, if you have something over your face and somebody cough, it's less chance that the cough, the speaker them will reach you. Or even if it reach you, it depends on the mask. The thing about the mask, I know you can't just carry them, go home, put them in a soap water and wash them. You see, the one them in them sell out there, so yeah, sometimes you have to go through them. You know, see, so it's something to think on. Something to think on. This is the Steppin razor. Okay. We want to read something I would think is of vital interest. We book it up and we feel that we should share to the people them. Because I try to figure out how everybody have the same memo in the world, but what to do and what not to do. Who issued these memos? You must stay far, 3 feet, this, that, you must do this, that, 14 days. Oh, everybody in the world come to that. Because I'm sure no say, I know the Prime Minister of Jamaica bring up that. Because when we listen in a year shop, me hear the same argument, them. It's weird. It's weird. It's like somebody sit down and say, all right, which is that them do still. Them study the virus and say this and that. Anyway, I want to read this to the people, and I find it very interesting. This is coming from the Johns Hopkins University. It's very long, so I will read it in increments here, and I'm going to read it one time, because it's a long thing. The virus is not a living organism. It is not a living organism. Obviously, it's a virus. It's not a bacteria. Okay. But a protein molecule, DNA, covered by a protective layer of lipid fat, which when absorbed by the cells of the ocular, nasal, or bronchial mucosa, changes their genetic code. Them call that mutation, and convert them into aggressor and multiplier cells. Since the virus is not a living organism, but a protein molecule, it is not killed, but decay on its own. The disintegration time depends on the temperature, humidity, and type of material where it lies. The virus is very fragile. The only thing that protects it is a thin outer layer of fat. That is why any soap or detergent is the best remedy. We can read that already again. Remember, the virus is not something we're alive, you know, so you can't kill it. The virus is very fragile. It's very fragile. The only thing that protects it is a thin outer layer of fat. That is why any soap or detergent is the best remedy, because the foam cuts the fat. So everybody know right now, so you must take the soap and salt up your hand. Your hand must start salt before you wash up the soap. Okay. All right. So it cut the fat. That is why you have to rub so much for 20 seconds or more to make a lot of foam. By dissolving the fat layer, the protein molecule disperses and breaks down on its own. Heat melts fat. This is why it is so good to use water above 25 degrees Celsius for washing hands, clothes, and everything. In addition, hot water makes more foam, and that makes it even more useful. Alcohol or any mixture with alcohol over 65% dissolves any fat. So there's a reason why I don't say 65%, because when you measure it, you find, say, at 65%, alcohol dissolves any fat, especially the external lipid layer of the virus. Any mix with 1 part bleach and 5 parts water directly dissolve the protein, breaks it down from the inside. Oxygenated water helps long after soap, alcohol and chlorine, because peroxide dissolves the virus protein. But you have to use it pure, and it hurts your skin. Okay. The virus is not a living organism like bacteria. They cannot kill what is not alive, which we just said a while ago, which is not alive. Antibiotics, it cannot be killed with antibiotics, but quickly disintegrate its structure with everything said. Okay, we're going to come up to the cash pot. Stand by for cash pot. Okay. Listen up, cash pot special pot drive up next. Okay, so I want just, as we have said, give this thing in increments, because we think that's very important. We then reach what I say, heat melts fat. That is why it is so good to use water above 25 degrees Celsius for washing hands, clothes, and everything. In addition, hot water makes more foam, and that makes it even more useful. And we'll go on to say that 65%, the reason why I don't tell you about 65% is because alcohol, 65% alcohol, dissolve any fat. And all right, so we reach down so we talk about, all right. The virus is not a living organism like bacteria. Peter laugh after me to that. Yeah. The virus is not a living organism like bacteria. They cannot kill what is not alive with antibiotics, but quickly disintegrate its structure with everything said. Okay. Never shake used or unused clothing. This is very important. Very important. Whenever I hear this from none of the people them. Never shake used or unused clothing, sheets or cloth, while it is glued to a porous surface. Make me repeat that. Never shake used or unused clothing, sheets or cloth, while it is glued to a porous surface. It is very inert and disintegrates only between 3 hours. Fabric and porous, 4 hours. Copper, because it is naturally antiseptic, and wood. So they might give the times them when the thing dissolve on certain surface. All right. Cause it removes all the moisture and does not let it peel off and disintegrate. 24 hours cardboard, 42 hours metal, and 72 hours plastic. What a thing. We never heard this before. You know, most of we are use plastic. We're going and go buy a box juice. We go buy some juice. We go buy, no, you buy a juice, you know, in a plastic bottle. You just open the bottle and pull it out of your mouth and start drink. You know, consider nothing. Most people, when them go in a gas station, you know, and buy them gas, them run go inside like a whole lamp and a bun and a juice. And most of the juice them in a plastic. Them say, this thing will take 24 hours per cardboard, 42 hours per metal, and 72 hours per plastic, which is 3 days you talk about. But if you shake it or use a feather duster, the virus molecules float in the air for up to 3 hours and can lodge in your nose. I want to read this again, you know. I want to read this again. Because I'm talk about things with glue down on surface and how it take long to dissolve. The virus take long to dissolve. Them say 4 hours per copper. Them say 24 hours per cardboard. 42 hours. Look, Peter, the whole of you catch it, right? No, the whole of you go catch it. I mean, when you read them something, you just realize, say, oh, you're going to escape it. You can't escape it, Rasta. It's like Brian said it, yeah. You just can't escape it. 72 hours from plastic. That means all your lunch you could have poisoned a while ago, you don't know, you know. Because cardboard, you drink juice and plastic, you eat out. I tell you. You know what I'm saying? But if you shake it or use a feather duster, the virus molecules float in the air for up to 3 hours and can lodge in your nose. So because it depends on it, and you don't know, say it depends on it, and you lift up the thing, them and shake them off and shake off dust, like your sheet, and well, some people sleep on cardboard still. Cardboard is another thing now. The virus molecules remain very stable in external cold or artificial as air conditioners in house and cars. I wonder if the people that listen to me and read that. This is the same reputable people them who give you most of the information when you get about the virus. The Johns Hopkins University. Most of the information where we get about this thing are coming from the Johns Hopkins University. And what I am reading here is coming from the Johns Hopkins University. The virus molecules remain very stable in external cold or artificial as air conditioners in house and cars. They also need moisture to stay stable, and especially darkness. Therefore, no, serious thing now. This. Therefore, dry, warm, and bright environments will degrade it faster. Okay. So it has to be dry and warm, not cold in a air condition, like in here. Oh, the air condition on in here, terrible. UV light. You know what is UV light? What is UV light? Ultraviolet light. That is what them put on the water too, you know. Throwing on the back of water them. Yeah. And any object that may contain it breaks down the virus protein. Okay, good for that. For example, to disinfect and use a mask is perfect. Reuse. So put it away there, yeah. To disinfect and reuse a mask is perfect. Be careful. It also breaks down the collagens, which is protein in the skin, eventually causing wrinkles and skin cancer. Here goes something else now. You can't escape it. You can't escape it, sir. No, man. If you follow them people, you dig a hole and go live with some rat. Serious thing. Because them information I know, it's to upset the apple cart. Because here you are and say, well, rinse your hand, this, that, stay far from people. And them add things to it, you know. That's not hard because it's there all the while, you know, but we don't have the information. You know, and some of them information they really not out there. Because the government have to follow where them get from other sources. Them now come up with no idea for themselves. None of the things them where the government are do is them create it. It coming from foreign. So me hear people are praise them and I praise them and I praise them. And I say, but I mean really, what me now praise them about is that the police them they on the road without anything and them must stop people, check them driver's license and them papers and all them something there. We want to find out what them going to do about that. Anyway, it's a be careful, it also breaks down collagens, which is protein in the skin, eventually causing wrinkles and skin cancer. The virus cannot go through healthy skin. You hear that? The virus cannot go through healthy skin. What is it now that you're going to run, go far? If you go find out, we can protect your skin now. Because no people are here that and say, hey, I want to let me bleach my skin. It will help. That make it worse because you take off your skin. The vile bleachers, all my bleachers friend them out there, listen to what them are saying, you know. We not give them information, yeah, because we turn government minister, you know. We are giving information because we feel it's important that we understand what is confronting us. We're giving out the information because we feel say this thing here, all me is can be infected with it to the point where we start infect other people. And none of them are talk about your condition now. We start to think again. The virus cannot go through healthy skin. I would really like to find out what them claim a skin to be healthy. What is it that make a skin healthy? Because I look at my skin, you know. So I start look at me, I can't change it. Vinegar is not useful because it does not break down the protective layer of fat. Listen. Vinegar is not useful because it does not break down the protective layer of fat. No spirits nor vodka serve. The strongest vodka is 40% alcohol and you need 65%. Listerine, if it serves, it is 65% alcohol, so Listerine it can use. Gargle your mouth and anything else so you want to gargle with it. 65% alcohol. Where the for? It's a Listerine is 65% alcohol. The more confined the space, the more concentration of the virus there can be. The more open and naturally ventilated, the less. So I want the people them hear this. The more confined the space is the more concentration of the virus there can be. Confined mean now like say, you're there in a bar and a whole pound at the bar, confined. It's more likely that you, if somebody have it in there or somebody sneeze in there with it, you'll catch it more than if you're outdoors. And you're in a car with your air condition on and passengers in the back and somebody that's in the front and picnic in the trunk and all them something there. It's not a very good thing. Confined space is not it's help to terrible thing. This is super said. But you have to wash your hands before and after touching mucosa. What is mucosa? Mucosa is a food? Oh, I don't know what mucosa is. Before, after touching, can somebody tell me what mucosa is? Look on the computer and say what it is. What is mucosa? Don't tell me, say you're going to tell me after I'm done. You don't find it? Okay, all right. You're going to find out what is mucosa. I don't know what it means. None of the young people in here don't know what mucosa is. Okay. If you have to wash your hands before and after touching mucosa, food, knobs, switches, remote control, cell phone. This is very important, you know. Our people now wipe down them cell phone, you know. a whole heap of people disregard that aspect of the thing. Them don't wipe down them cell phone. So we want you to know, say, all of these things is information that is necessary. Not that it's going to prevent everything going to prevent, but every mickle, every little information that you can get is very important. But you know, everybody you're going to use that enough to wipe down your phone. You never, well, it's done dead already, so you can't get away from it. Let me spray it, let me spray. We shot this one near to me. Let me spray it. I tell you, say, don't come so near to me. Even if you give me something, throw it, give me. Wrap it up in a book or something and sling the book over here. All right, mucus. So mucosa is what? The masculine and feminine of mucus. Anyway, all right, it says, wash your hands before and after touching mucosa, food, knobs, switches, like them things that we are touch are coming here. I tell them must leave the door open, you know. And the brethren upstairs they go tell you say them can't run the air condition because the machine, the equipment them. When name? Crack. If you tell crack to turn off the air conditioner, they say the machine them. I want if me turn off the air conditioner, I'm going to tell you about machine. Which one more important, you know? And then I'm going to tell me, say, boy, I better leave the work. Since me can't abide by the rules. Me don't know. Because me I read something I know where it's serious thing. Yeah, the rules. Me not think that the machine are going to broke down because, I mean, that's how it's crack say. I mean, no, when you're there in that studio, you left the air conditioner for the machine them, but right now, anyway, and that's why I said nothing. I mean, I'm going to say something a little more, but I can read this. Yeah, them say now, wash your hands after you touch your cell phone, watches, computers, desks, which we do this as already, TV, etc. And when using the bathroom, all nigga go in a bathroom and watch the man. You have some man, him stand up a roadside and fling out him things and wee and flash it and push it back in him pants and go and go chop coconut. Him go and go chop coconut. Or him go can go pluck out the jackfruit them and put in a plastic bag. And I count the apple them 1, 2, 3, 4 and I put it in the bag. We have to take out them things they done with now, you know. Me not a box of food out of no man mouth, you know, but them things they done with. Because this thing it's serious. Because even your own cell phone where you use up and down every day. You imagine you use your cell phone and you put it down on the desk or so now. Because them say pan plastic it lasts 72 hours. And you go in the bathroom and you push that door there, the doorknob, which a guy coming in already with the virus now. You don't know. And then you go in the bathroom, you wash your hand and you feel good both or you secure yourself way. And then lollipop coming in and hold the thing say, I'm going to clean and film hand. And you go outside now, go touch the knob with lollipop touch. Trust me, you come like him girlfriend. All right. You have to humidify hands dry. All right. So we're going to take a break and come forward because very important information. Yes. Serious thing. Okay. So we want to continue reading this thing here. All right. You have to humidify your hands from so much washing them. That's from so much washing them. Because the molecules can hide in the micro cracks. Okay, let me tell you how to wash your hand. The thicker the moisture, the better. Also, keep your nails short so that the virus does not hide there. What a blouse and skirt. And the first me I hear them thing, yeah. So detailed. Mr. Tufton, you need to get this out, you know. You need to get this out, believe you me. This will tell you in detail what is going on. So we want to stop again and we're going to talk to our next person out there because who we are going to talk to now. Who we're going to talk to. So much people to talk to here. We want to talk to Amanda Cox Amanda Cox out of Amanda Cox out of New York. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I'm hearing, but y'all say you have to talk a little louder.
Okay, well, that's as loud as my phone could get. Can you hear me good now? Hello?
The reason why we're calling you. Can you hear me? Hello? Where going? Why she can't hear me? Can you hear me? She gone? Oh, she gone off here. Okay. All right, we have to call her back. The sister from New York, Amanda Cox, we want to find out in a few. Because we hear that New York is the center now for this thing. And when we are talking about center, we are talking about not just in America. Because there's so much people now that them have. Jarvis Center, I mean, for those of you who know New York and know Jarvis Center is like a cultural space. When them have certain things, cultural, them keep it in a Jarvis Center. Craft fairs, musical, this from indigenous people and all them things. You go to Jarvis Center, them turn Jarvis Center in a makeshift hospital. Yeah. It sound like real something out of a movie, you know. The more me I look upon it, you know, the more me I say, but me actually live in a time when a lot of things when me say in a movie just play out itself just like that. So the Jarvis Center, them say them turn in a space, a makeshift place, and them have a ship out on the docks there in New York where them also are used as a ship, as a hospital. We want to find out from the sister. We're going to get her back. We still get her back and see. I don't know if I should have started reading no more of this thing because I don't want to break it on the levels I know, but I can go and read it till we get her back. Okay. All right. We did reach what we say. Your hand must have humidity from so much washing. Because the molecule, right, them that tell you how to wash your hand. Keep your nails short so that the virus does not hide there. So all them people with long fingernail. Why so things go round and come round and stuff? Yes, it's like the Islamic women them who have on them thing round them face. Right now that coming handy for all Muslim women them, you know. Them not have to wear a mask again. Them just keep that. Anyway. And now long fingernail is a problem. Long fingernail is a problem. Because the virus was stuck in your fingernails for hours in hours. All when you wash your hands, some might itch up on your fingernail and you don't know. And you're going to need dumpling for your man.
Them can't go do them nails anymore.
Them can't go do them nails. No. Take them off. Them can't take off the nail them because false fingernail. Everywhere lock up. Are you too extreme? Peter said everywhere lock up, so them now get to take off the fingernail. The way since women can't cut them fingernail by themselves, them have to go to salon to cut fingernails. A joke business. A joke business if you have to go to salon to go cut your fingernail. We are asking people them, the sisters them out there who love them fingernail. The virus can stick in your fingernail them. So make sure it's your fingernail is not long. That virus sticking in your fingernail them. That is really something to think about. That is something to think about. We never hear this before. And that is the end of the whole long story or something. All right. This is the All right. All we need to do to beat coronavirus, we need to take more of an alkaline foods that are above the pH level of the virus. And then them show you some foods where can be used to beat it, not to cure it. Because these are things that you do before you get it. And you keep doing it before you get it. Lemon, lime, avocado, garlic, mango, tangerine, pineapple, yeah, there. Pineapple, dandelion, orange. How do you know if you have coronavirus? Itching in the throat. Did I hear you say you have a throat itch? Dry throat, dry cough. So where you notice these three things, quickly take warm water and drink. Do not keep this information to yourself. Pass it on and way. Okay, so we're done with that now. So I don't want to show you this. I need to keep that. All right, who we have now on the ear now? Or a different person? Oh, Fazir Muhammad. Okay. Okay, all right. Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
How are you, man?
Not too bad.
Yeah, this is Mutabaruka.
Yes, sir.
All right. We call you to find out what is going on in your side of the woods because we're not hearing too much about what is going on in the Caribbean islands. And
right. Well, let me update you because in our situation we've had 90 positive tests for coronavirus, and of those 90, 49 of those were from a cruise ship that was stuck in Guadeloupe, and those trainees were repatriated about 2 weeks ago, and there was about 68 of them, and 49 were found to have tested positive for coronavirus. There have been 5 fatalities, 2 of them within the last 36 hours, so it seems as if the situation is intensifying. The concern for us is that we are not satisfied that there's enough testing being done. Right now, there have been 621 tests that have been confirmed by our Ministry of Health in their latest update this morning. So 621 tests, although we've been given an assurance by the Health Minister that they're acquiring new machinery that will allow for as many as 1,000 tests to be conducted daily. So right now, the numbers as it stands for us here in Trinidad and Tobago, it's 90 positive cases and 5 fatalities from a total of 621 tests for coronavirus.
All right, is there a lockdown where them lock down the place, walking on the street after certain hours,
It is a lockdown, but it's not a mandatory lockdown. It's not a sort of state of emergency curfew type of lockdown that I know that has been instituted in Jamaica to a certain degree, and I know in some of the other Caribbean territories, Grenada and Barbados, they've got lockdowns, and in Grenada's case, it's almost a 24/7 lockdown. In our case, it's an effort by the government to urge people not to congregate. In fact, the initial advisory just over a week ago, no more than 25. That quickly went down to no more than 10. And then a couple of days ago, it was no more than 5. So it's not a mandatory situation. And in fact, what we were told as of the start of this week is that for 2 weeks up until April the 15th, all non-essential businesses and activities should be discontinued. And there was a bit of confusion because people weren't too sure what would classify as non-essential, because when the National Security Minister gave out the listing of essential businesses, he basically named every business activity from plumbers to hardware to electricians and so on. So people were a little confused. But I think gradually the message is coming across that people are being urged not to congregate at all. The banks are still open, groceries, supermarkets and so on are still open so people can get food stuff. But I suspect that if we do see an increase in positive tests, we might reach a mandatory lockdown situation. It's very, very quiet as far as the economic activity here is in Trinidad and Tobago, although I'm sure it's much quieter in places where there is a mandatory lockdown. Right now it's voluntary because I get the sense that the government is not really too inclined in declaring a state of emergency for political reasons as well, because that could be used by the opposition to suggest that they are not in control of the situation. And why that's important is because we're in an election year here in Trinidad and Tobago, and whether or not the coronavirus will delay the election, which is due sometime around September of this year, we'll have to wait and see. So there are politics tied in with the health concerns as well.
All right. So there's a situation, where they are saying that the mask can help to alleviate some of the problem, not only to people who have the virus, but to people who might be speaking to people who have the virus. Is that a consideration in Trinidad?
Yes, it is. And I think what we're seeing is that we are in the Caribbean. We are following the discourse that is happening internationally as well, because I'm sure your listeners would be aware that the World Health Organization, their initial statement in relation to the mask some 2 weeks ago was that the masks weren't really helpful if you are well. And really, you should only be wearing it if you're sick, if you've got coronavirus, if you just have the flu, that you wouldn't be sneezing on anyone and all of that sort of thing. But now we're getting more and more information that the mask may actually be helpful to prevent people from contracting the virus, apart from all the other sanitary conditions that you'd like to have, washing hands regularly and so on. So from what we understand, and again, there's no definitive word as yet on the mask, either from our chief medical officer or from the Minister of Health, but it does appear that the World Health Organization is discussing a different type of advisory that could encourage people to wear masks if they're actually going out in the public. And I think that's what the authorities are trying to suggest as well, that you should not be going out in any sort of
without the mask.
And without the mask.
Well, I suggested that just a while back. I suggested it because I think in China they have made it now mandatory for people to wear.
Exactly, and the thing is that you would have seen over the world over many years that when people, especially from Southeast Asia, like someone like me who is a practicing Muslim, I would have made the pilgrimage to Saudi Arabia many years ago, and when we went there, you would have seen almost everybody from Asia, from Indonesia, Malaysia, and so on, wearing masks to prevent themselves from picking up any infection that might have been around. So that's a common practice in that part of the world. I think what we need to also recognize is why they were so successful in the end in Wuhan and Hubei province to control the spread is that China is a far more authoritarian regime than we have here in our part of the world. So if they say something is locked down, it's locked down, end of story. And if you don't obey, you'll face jail time or something else like that. So we don't have that situation here in our Caribbean region. And it really comes down to citizens recognizing that they need to be responsible in their behavior, even when they are lining up at the grocery, to maintain their social distancing to avoid spreading any virus to anyone else.
It's very interesting that I know that all of the government, they're mistaking it from one source. But sometimes we have to really think out the situation. We just mentioned another situation where they have this curfew on the road. And we are getting videos of policemen stopping people on the road. But them don't have on nothing. Them don't have on no gloves, them don't have on no mask, them don't have on nothing. If them ask you for your driver's license and your papers, you have to give them. Them go and search your car and all these things. I don't know when we can really step up to the plate and realize that this is unacceptable. I don't know if you have situations like that in Trinidad.
It is unacceptable. In fact, we had a situation on the very first night of the lockdown, which was on Sunday night, where a joint police-army patrol accosted two homeless individuals, forced them to drink rum, and then pretended as if they were going to shoot them and chased after them and videoed the whole thing and put it online. And it has created an outrage here.
Why them force them to drink the rum? Why?
But just being wicked, just being mischievous, just the threatening people who are helpless, who are homeless. And there was obviously young people in the police force and the army who had nothing to do and felt this was an ideal opportunity to harass a helpless person. And it's gone viral. And I think that sort of alludes to your point, where if people are given authority, you're expected to behave in a responsible manner and not take advantage of your position.
I agree.
We don't have any situation here where we've heard about police and army stopping people and searching their vehicles or planting stuff in their vehicles and then charging them with possession or anything like that. We haven't had anything like that. But I think people are very, very wary and very suspicious of police and army being given any extra authority because of the fear that they will abuse it.
Yes, yes. Anyway, give thanks for your input. You know, I mean, it was a good input. We give thanks for that.
Happy to assist. You take care.
Yeah, man, Harry. That was Fazir Mohammed from Trinidad and Tobago talking about what is happening in his neck of the woods there, because, you know, it's really like a weird thing. That's why I say, just like how the government give we information and we must abide by it, we think we can give the government some information too, and maybe them not abide by it, but think about it. You know, and right now, one of the main things now, main things, well, two main things, is the government going to recognize that now the World Health Organization has recanted on them idea that is only people with the disease, with the virus must wear it, because it can help people not get the speaker will come out of people's mouth, even when them attack. Because sometimes we forget about the social distances. Shall we go into the argument now about wearing masks? We just play a thing from up in the southern Europe there, where the position is that the reason why them do have so much is because them have everybody wear masks, and now it is mandatory in China to wear the mask, mandatory, and other people is following suit. So we hope that the government will reach a stage where them really recognize that. And the next thing is the police on the road will stop people without mask, without anything, and then expect you to stop. Okay, click it. Okay. Gone. Okay, so we waiting on our next guest here. But meanwhile we do that. Make we play this. Cause we play this already, but we're going to keep, it's like how we play tune every week. And like we play all one tune all every week or every other week. We have to play this clip here every week. Every week we have to play this clip here. Jamaican people, I don't understand why is it that, for instance, when I come down, I see people on the road, I see some youth, no shirt, I walk around with them football boots like them just go play football. I see people stand up a corner like, I don't know. I hear a man on the TV and say, then the whole of we must dead. Everybody must dead. What kind of madness that? I mean, if you could have it dead and then nothing happen to me, it's all right. But in the process of you killing yourself, me ever dead too. You don't understand? I don't understand why the ignorance. It's that simple thing, you know. It's not no weird thing that I tell you if you do. It's that simple thing that I tell you if you do. And you are claim so saying, nah, we just see a clip this morning where a brother cuss no rat and police say, oh, nah, come off on the road and see him dog them on the road, and a couple hours after them hold him. I lock him up. I mean, I don't know why I want to do that. Anyway, we have who this we talk to you now? I could say who we talk to. Okay. Jabari we talk to. All right, we got a Canada, you know. A Canada we got. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
How are you, man?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Why, I am doing all right, you know. I just, you know, sometimes when them say it's like Atlas, you know, Atlas, we have the whole world on them shoulder. It come like me, I get pressed down and now the amount of things when me see I go around me where come like a movie I play out in front of me.
It is a movie, of course. I would say it's a movie. It's the only movie you see these things in.
So we're going to Canada then now. We must tell you that we can. Which part of Canada is there? Toronto, which part is there?
I'm about hour 45 minutes from Toronto, a city called London. So about hour and 45 minutes away from Toronto.
See, there's something I work. I'm going to figure out what's going on. All right, talk now.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm 45 minutes away from Toronto, a little city we call London.
Oh yeah, you have a London in England, in Canada.
Yeah, man.
I don't know because you have a New York in America too. All right, we are told that Quebec is the hardest hit. How that go? It's Quebec. Them say have the hardest hitting area in Canada.
Yeah, quite. I hear there's numerous of cases there. I'm not sure how much, but yes, that's correct. There's a lot of cases there, of course, and then in Toronto also. I think they just about 10 or 15 more new cases they have there in Toronto. So, yeah.
So how much people in all in Canada? But wait, first of all, why you think that Quebec is the hardest hit? Why you think so?
I would say Quebec is it's more people travel around that in that city. I would say, even because the Prime Minister lives in Ottawa, and Ottawa is the capital of Canada, and Ottawa is in Quebec in that area.
Okay.
And there's hundreds of thousands of people there, and people are back and forth. People are coming back from vacation or wherever they go. Even the people, the bank tellers, everybody is complaining, saying, people coming back from vacation, coming into the bank trying to change over currency, and they come into the bank to pay bills and everything, despite what's going on. So they are advising people, the social distancing and a limited amount of people to go in an establishment. Like yesterday, I went to the supermarket, and there was about 50 people lined up outside the supermarket, and you have to wait. Everybody's in masks, gloves, people wiping down their cards and everything.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Right, so them keep the social distancing at the line, because I know this in Jamaica, the line for going to the supermarket and them thing there, there's no social distancing going on. Everybody does a bunch up one another for really enter the supermarket, and them attack to one another. Everybody attack to one another.
Yeah, they're saying social distancing, but it's not happening because you're in a line and there's 30 people in the line, and you're so close. Like if you stretch your hand out, you can touch the
other person. Yeah, and them attack to one another and talk about the disease and the virus and this and that. And
yeah, everybody share. But once you go into the establishment, it doesn't matter what businesses is. So if you go into a supermarket, you would have to stay at least 3 feet from the person if the person is at the cashier. So you have to wait, and they have plexiglass.
Them put all of the cashier them behind plexiglass now.
Yes, and they wear masks and gloves.
That is something to think about.
Security there also. So if you put your stuff, all your groceries on that thing, soon as you finish cash, you have to pay credit or debit. You can't pay cash because they won't accept the cash.
Yeah, too much untouched cash.
Yeah, too much people are touch money, and money are circulate. And once you leave the cashier, they sanitize that area all over again, and then they call you up.
Yeah, because we do that in the studio. Every this jack will come in before them start work. The keyboard them and the turntable and the computer get sanitized, which is something. But all right, let me say something to you now. You're not under any curfew, don't leave your house business in Canada, right?
No, not necessarily. There's a lot of people got laid off from work, for different reasons. For daycare is closed. Wherever you work is business is not that good. So people get laid off and everything. So no, they're saying quarantine business. You stay home. If you don't have to go on the road, you don't go. Yeah, but it's just regular life of living still. Like everybody's on the road. I drive a truck.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm all over the city, and there's people on the road still. People walking around like it's nothing.
So how much, what is the amount of people them say have it in Canada?
I'm not sure, but I know that it's about, so in my little city that I live, it's about 480,000 people, plus people live there. And it's in my little area, it's about 35 cases now.
Okay.
So, last night I was talking to a good friend of mine, and Saturday is his birthday, and I was like, "Oh, you want to link up and have a beer?"
Oh, yeah?
He said he has the virus.
Him have the virus.
Yeah, and I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, like the whole family have the virus."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
those people have to stay inside. Like, they don't go out. You have to stay inside because now they pass a new law. If you have contract the virus and you test positive for it, if you leave your house and go anywhere and somebody come in contact with somebody, it's $1,000 fine for you for that person.
In Italy, at €3,000.
So,
all right, according to the statistics we have here, so Canada have 11,131 cases and 161 deaths. So on still the panel levels are much less than a whole heap of other country them.
I would say the government is doing, I think he could do more.
Yeah, everybody.
But based on what's going on.
Yeah, you think he might do alright?
He might do alright. I can't to say, bad or nothing, because things are going. A lot of people get laid off.
Like Jamaica.
Going on EI. A couple weeks ago, he said that, each family member would get $2,000 just to
like Jamaica.
You, like if you're taking care of somebody or you lose your work or whatever, you're gonna, they're gonna give you, $2,000 for 4 months to get you back on track.
On track, okay.
So that's good.
All right, Virgin. Well, give thanks for the update still, give thanks.
Yeah, man, anytime, Muta, big up yourself,
All right, sir. How long are you in Canada, by the way?
In this July we make, 3 years?
So you come back to Jamaica? Well, not now, because you can't come back now.
We can't come back, but I was there 2018, November. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I hope you make enough money that you can come and come give us some.
Yeah, big up Shamara for me too.
Shamara, all right. Shamara, big up. All right, give thanks, Bridget.
All right, big up.
Yes, that is Jabari Log, living in Canada, Jamaica, living in Canada. And it's only for people in Jamaica, live in Canada, New York, and London. That's the most Jamaican them there. America, Canada, and England. And right now, it is not a lovely thing in England or America, because the Prime Minister catch it in England. But I say the same thing. How is it that everybody just come up with the same argument about the thing? Social distancing, don't do this, don't do that. And every time you hear somebody say it, it's the same thing everybody say. Somebody write down the rules for us. It's not that the rules wrong, it's just that there's nobody who's thinking say them can't do this or can't do that to rectify the thing. Anyway, we want to remind you that the hour between 3 and 4 is brought to you by Prince Avery. Growers Choice, organic fertilizer, 6 Sea Breeze Avenue, Kingston 2. Good for all crops, including medical marijuana. Okay. Okay, it's 4 o'clock. All right. The hour between 4 and 5. What? Things are going on. Sponsorship for what? The hour between 4 and 5 is brought to you by Digicel. Bonus credit when you first top up with $200 or more by the 7th day of each month. Digicel there with you. Okay, so 4 to 5. Digicel sponsors. And now we want to connect again. We're going to connect. It's pure connection we are working in Algeria. Hi. All right. We got that island of nutmegs. Grenada. Good afternoon.
Hey, afternoon.
Lawrence Augustine.
Yes, Agustin.
Okay, this is Mutabaruka. IRFM.
Hi, Mr. Baruka.
All right. We call you because we're trying to make a little swerve around the place to find out what is going on in the different places as it relates to this coronavirus. So give me a little update of what is going on in Grenada.
Okay. So basically in Grenada, we have a total of 10 confirmed cases. We have tested 37.
10 confirmed cases.
10 confirmed cases.
Okay.
So from this, we have put the country on lockdown for 7 days.
Oh, then put the country on lockdown for 10 confirmed. Okay.
For 7 days. 7 days.
Yes. When you say lockdown now, it means what? What that means in Grenada?
Lockdown, it means, okay, you are basically isolated in home.
Yeah.
Not allowed to
quarantine. You quarantine yourself.
Quarantine, basically, inside.
Yes.
So you cannot leave your home.
And
specific days.
Suppose you leave your home. What's the consequence of you leaving your home in Grenada?
So once you leave home and the police finds you, you'll be charged or in prison. You'll be charged or in prison.
Yes, well, something similar to here, but them say certain people can leave and go to supermarket or doctor.
Okay, so we can have that as well, but it's on specific days. For example, I think it's tomorrow, Friday, but it's only one person is allowed per household. Is allowed to leave home.
What is a one person?
One person per household is allowed to leave home.
Okay.
So let's say you are allowed tomorrow, Friday, you are allowed to go to a supermarket. It's only one per person. One person per household.
Yes. Is there any shortage of food down there? Anything? Any shortage? I mean, because them the lock off the airport down there. Them lock off the airport.
Yeah, the airport is locked. It's closed.
So the people and obviously the hotel them locked down too.
Yeah, all hotels are locked. All hotels are locked.
So is there any argument?
Hotels are locked. The port is still in operation.
For carrying goods.
Yeah, carrying goods. Yeah, the port is in operation.
Okay.
Carrying goods.
Well, it's weird. I just say, we hear that it's 10 persons only have it. Nobody died so far. So we give thanks for that.
So far. No death
so
so far.
your thing just start then. You agree that just start.
Our first case was on the 16th of March. That was case number 1.
So how long you have the other cases then? When it start? When the first case was?
The first case came in on a flight from the UK.
When?
That was our first case on the 16th of March. The person came on the 16th of March.
Oh, the 16th of March, yes. So you just started.
16th of March. But the person get tested on the 19th of March. The test results came back on the 19th of March.
Okay.
And after that, well, that person with his family, 4 of them got infected. With that one person.
One person infect 4 persons.
Correct. One person infected 4 persons.
As long as you have about 20 people get infected by one person.
Yeah, so
I think
we have a total case of 10.
10, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, brethren, we hope that, well, I can't even say hope again because the thing, apparently, according to the international argument, is that it will get worse.
Yeah,
you know, so
I think so. In all cases, when it comes to viruses, they will have a period where everything will incline.
Yeah.
Climax, and from that, everything will it will have a closure.
Yeah, but what is the closure? That is the problem. What would I call closure?
That's it.
I mean, I hear that China is having put them on under control after that mega thing going on down there.
Yeah.
Anyway, give
But
thanks. Speak, man, you can speak.
I was saying that it's only in the Wuhan area that we hear about China.
Yeah, it's only that area, yeah.
Of any other area, for example, Beijing, we didn't hear anything.
Yeah, well, not no big thing now going on there, so. No. It's ironical that Beijing, which is next door, never have it as terrible as Italy, which is far over.
Correct. That's the thing I find very fishy and funny.
Yes,
it's very strange to me.
Yes. Anyway, give thanks, Bridget, for the real link.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes.
Thanks for the call.
Yeah, man. That is Lawrence Augustine from Grenada. Just giving you a little update. This is what going on in Grenada. It's weird because right now at first them say because them drop them guard little in China and let in some people. Them see the rate go up again. So now them decide say no, we not drop no guard, So them lock down again and not only that now. Them must say mandatory for wear mask and them put back the same rules them where them have. But I say countries like Beijing where they're near China, I mean it's not the number one or number two or number three case in the world. And Italy they're so far. And I mean like it have the biggest debt. Aguan. It's weird. But the next problem I have with this thing at all, most of the people them where bring it come from Jamaica come from England. Me don't understand that. Or I do all of them did on the same plane. Me don't know. Because I find it very strange that people are come from America, but them coming via America instead of coming directly. Only for them not coming directly from America. And then now we have, every time you hear of a case, them say, the person was coming from England. What the hell is happening in England so that a whole heap of them are come along and so with it? I don't understand that. We lock the door kind of late-ish like, but we never blame nobody for that. Which them should not depend on the temperature thing out of the airport. As people land, you're supposed to send them go to quarantine. I just saw it going on. Everybody will come up at the plane. You see right now, in America there, a boat, them just find up, them just have a boat, where them a thing will say how much people they on it have the virus. It's weird. How much people have the virus on it. It's really weird. Okay. We're going to Bahamas. Not traveling to Bahamas, but according to science and technology, we can go there right now. We want to speak to Sandra Rowley. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yeah, this is Mutabaruka. Good afternoon.
Hello?
You can hear me?
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Mutabaruka from IRFM.
You sound very low.
All right. You can hear me now? No?
Let me turn up on volume too.
Why is I talk loud, You're not hearing me?
You can go now.
Yes. Okay. I was telling you that this is Mutabaruka from IRFM. She's still not here.
Sorry, sir?
I'm saying this is Mutabaruka from IRFM.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes, we call you because we wanted to find out what is going on in Bahamas as it relates to the coronavirus. We're trying to make a round and circle here. So we're reaching to Bahamas. We want to find out what is happening in Bahamas as it relates to the coronavirus.
Okay, right now we are on a curfew, whereas 24 hours curfew. Life is not the same here. It's very different. You have to stay indoors. So you have an opportunity to spend time with your family and just be indoors. You only could go certain places like the food store, etc. And if you're on the street, you have to call. We have a hotline for the police, which is 311. to let them know the reason why you're on the street in the event that police stop you.
Mm-hmm. Is it that when they stop you, you have to show them ID and all these things, or they're not supposed to be there?
Well, most definitely, they're asking for identification. So they're asking persons to travel with your IDs at all times in the event that you are stopped.
All right, so they're saying that there's certain people that can be on the road and there's certain people that have to stay at home.
Right. Well, the persons who could be on the street looks like certain persons, like if you have to go into work, the employer will have to call into the hotline, which is the police hotline, to give them the person's name who is going to be on the street. So if even the same thing happens to them, they stop, they'll know how to say that the person is given permission to be on the street.
And
so if you go to the food store, they're asking you to present a receipt from the food store to say you were at the food store. That's the reason why you're on the street. But life is not normal here. It's, a lot of persons are indoor just trying to stick with the instructions given by our Prime Minister, which is to stay indoors and practice social distance. Washing hands, taking off your clothes, washing them right away, not wearing your shoes in your house.
All right, let me ask you something. We know they have those islands next door to the main island, and especially the one that had that terrible hurricane.
I'm sorry, sir.
All right, I'm saying that there are several islands of the main
700 islands.
700 islands, yes. And there was an island there that was hit terribly by the hurricane. I don't know if you know.
Abaco.
Yeah, I don't know if you know what is happening to. Was there did they rebuild already, or is it in the situation now where people is over there now would be more affected by the coronavirus because of infrastructure not yet built up and all these things?
I wouldn't say that because right now there's no cases in Abaco at this time.
Oh, there's no cases?
There's no cases in Abaco, so I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
The only cases are in Nassau and Grand Bahama. That's it.
Okay, and you are in where?
I'm in Nassau.
Okay. And all the hotels are closed?
All of the hotels are closed at this present time.
Yes. And they are laying out people there. Well, obviously, the hotel...
No, none of that is happening.
No layoffs?
That is happening.
No layoff?
No layoff.
Oh.
Nowhere. The government gave instructions of that. No layoff is happening.
Okay. That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Yes. Yeah.
Because people in Jamaica is laying off people.
Well, it's not happening here in the Bahamas.
Yeah, that's good. So how is it that they're going to rectify that now? Because we know that a lot of...
To be honest with you, I think once everyone follows the instructions given by the Prime Minister and Dr. Sands, who is our health minister, once we follow those instructions, I think we're going to overcome this.
Definitely.
And this too shall pass.
All right. The people start to wear the mask over there. Is there anything to say?
Certain places, some persons are doing it, yes. But it's not constant. Not everyone is doing it.
Yes. What do you think about that part of it? You think everyone should wear it?
For me, I really only go on the road if I have to. Other than that, I stay home.
Okay.
So I don't wear it because I'm practicing. I'm doing everything he's asking me to do, asking persons to do. My family is doing it. It's practicing social distance, spending time with your loved ones, but still, washing hands constantly. If you go outside and you have to come out, if you go anywhere and you come home,
yes,
you clothes and wash them right away.
Definitely.
Even leaving and not wearing your shoes on the inside. Well, I'm a person who never believed in wearing shoes on indoors, especially in my home.
Yeah.
So that's not something I had to adapt.
Yes.
That's who I am.
Yes. Okay, well, give thanks for the update, We just want to hear what is happening,
You can continue to pray for us, that God continue to cover us and, and for those persons and families who have been affected, that, that they see that they become healed.
Yes.
Most of all.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Lawrence. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Lawrence. I mean, Sandra. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, give thanks. Yes, that was a sister from Bahamas, Sandra Rowley. And very interesting that you say the island that got the heavy hurricane, there's no cases over there. Well, this island, nobody's going over there. So the people them is also quarantined on the island. So there's no need for people to go over there. There's nothing happening over there. So we give thanks for that because they go through a serious thing with that hurricane last year or year before, I think. Okay. Yes, it's a serious story that. This week when a sister of ours called me and tell me say when our relative went to a church in Atlanta and all of the people them who was in the church test positive. All of the people in the church test positive. That is weird, man. That's deep. This one, we hear that she meet in an accident and them go check her and she said she all right. So she leave there and go, yeah, so go this, so go this, so. You know, and if we don't mind sharp, because I remember the first person who them did a call, I don't know why them a call no man 0. It was said, infect 4 people. And those 4 people obviously infect other people. Till now, them say, nearly half of the 40-odd people who in the bunch of infection was infected by someone here. And the others is ones who come from foreign with the virus. It's weird. When you hear like 700 people in Italy dead in a one day, you have to really ask yourself, what the hell is happening? And there's no answer. Because it's an invisible thing. The world of fight an invisible thing. And not that it's invisible because you can't see it through a microscope. But in relationship to how you move and how you catch it. If it's somewhere you could have used a net and catch, it's a different thing. Or if you could somewhere you could have used a tablet and suppress it, it's easier. But there's nothing out there right now that can alleviate this scourge that take over the world. Because right now they must say Antarctica no have it. Them say Antarctica no have it. And some little guy who these people have a way. And the thing with baffle a whole heap of people now is that Africa is not the epicenter of this. The Chinese is going down there to give how much millions of dollars for help with the coronavirus. You hear me say? The Chinese is going down to Africa to give millions of dollars to help deflect. Because right now the Chinese is the most experienced people into this thing here. The government of America is telling people not to take aid from Cuba with the doctors. And I don't understand how the doctors them come and them have to be quarantined. Given that them is doctors who I don't know if doctors will be coming and don't get tested in their own country, coming to our next country. Because the problem with that is that them still have 7 more days to get quarantined. By that, we don't know how much people can be infected by it where them could have did that help from the first day them come. But according to protocol, them have to be quarantined like everybody else. That's weird. I find them thinking they're weird. Now the Americans are saying, look here, you see them people there, don't take no help from them. Look, as a matter of fact, it almost sounds like them want to tell you, say, if you do it, this is what we're going to do. I don't know if them can go tell Spain that, because some of the doctors them gone to Spain. Human doctor gone to Spain. And as a matter of fact, a whole heap of countries is now asking for the Cuban doctors to come to their country. Because you can't ask an American doctor here right now, because the American doctor would have it. And we lock off the borders them, but the special plane them take come here. So we are say, oh, it reach a stage where you are going to get some help from a country for something as disastrous as the coronavirus. And a government I will tell you now, say, look here, don't accept no gift from them, because it's propaganda and it's this and it's because them this and that and money, I saw them earn them money and we have an embargo upon them, and I tell you, say, embargo still there, and if you take anything which them had use the doctor them like is goods. I saw them look upon the doctor them as goods. So it's almost like them say you trade and you have illegal money. I give them. That's weird, man. Why would a country so devious and cruel? She say just 90 miles away from a country where have this virus are terrible. It's getting help from this country and then turn on and say, because them can't help we. Them can't help we. Because all of the things that them need right now for help themselves is made in China. You saw the thing twist and turn? Twist and turn. All of the, what them call the thing, them, the ventilators and the this and that. It's China. So China going to get rich right now. Again. China is going to sell ventilators all over the place. And masks and all these things. And the thing where all the nurses them need and all them something there. And the Cuban them seem to be doing good jobs in other countries, and it relates to this virus as well. Them gone to Spain, them end up in a, which country them, in a Spanish, some, I know El Salvador, yeah, I think it's El Salvador. El Salvador, them going into Venezuela, which America, you know America, no, not with Venezuela right now. But I don't understand how men sit up in a them easy chair and so cruel. So cruel that you need the help. And them are instilling, as you say, yeah, you need help, but you see that person there, don't take no help from that person there. That them I try to tell the people them. We had a bad line a while ago.
Yeah, a while ago I was just hearing a lot of static or noise.
Which part of the borough them you in?
Say that again?
Which borough you in? Queens, Bronx,
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, yeah.
Okay, all right. We hear that things terrible in New York. Well, that's where we are here. Say, by get out of proportion. Even the bed space them right now, them say by weekend, no bed space now go there. You see that in a Brooklyn?
So, if you know the people who are working in the hospitals, you hear it.
Okay.
And I am hearing that. I'm hearing from nurses who, if they have time, they have leave, you know, or any sick days or vacation, they're looking to take it now because they don't want to go to work anymore.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's that overwhelming.
Yeah, I can't do it. They're afraid. You know, what they're seeing for themselves, they're saying that, you know, and this happened, a few nurses said this to me, where they feel as if so unprepared that they can't help, and they're literally making decisions onto who they're saving.
Okay.
And mentally that's taking a toll on them. if you're not in the health field and you're more like, or you don't really know anyone, and you're more like somebody like myself who basically is just inside, or you may know one and two people are on the road. In the shopping area, so you won't see like Times Square is totally empty.
Yeah, I see that. Them show some picture. Times Square is totally empty.
Yes. So like the shopping area and stuff, because of course all of that is shut down. Those are empty. But then you have the supermarkets who people now feel, every 2 days they have to shop. So everybody's out back again. They're in. Luckily, they shut down the parks. So no one can, do anything in the park. But people are still, on the road. The other day in Brooklyn, there were some, young people that decided to have a party outside. The weather was nice and decided to have a party. So some people still are not taking it seriously.
So there's no lockdown in Brooklyn or Queens or Bronx or no?
There isn't, like, you see like how even Jamaica have the curfew. We don't have that. It's basically saying stay home, and they're just pleading with people to just stay home. But if you need to go out, you can go. If you need to go to a supermarket, you can go. You can walk up the block. You can do whatever you want to do.
Wow. All right. So we know that the mayor is the main one who have control over these things and not the president. But the mayor is deciding what is what and what is what. Him don't reach a stage where Massey said the thing is so terrible now that it needs to have some more drastic move.
Right. So between the mayor as well as the governor. So the other day, Trump, he made a statement about shutting down. And he made a statement about New York and some other areas. I think it was Jersey. The governor then said, who is Cuomo, said at the time, it's illegal. See, of course, we know Trump can't do that. But him, the governor,
him can do it.
Don't want to do it.
But him can do it. Him is the one who can.
He can, yes. He can do it. So even when Rhode Island said that they're accepting New York license plate.
Say that again. You just tripped out a while ago. Say that again. It's a Rhode Island.
So, Rhode Island, yes. So the state of Rhode Island said that they don't want to accept if they see a car with a New York license plate coming up the 95.
Them going to turn them back.
Stop that car and turn them away. The governor then said that is illegal. He will then have to press, go through court or something. So they're not seeing it. They don't see the seriousness of it as yet to say, you know what? Lockdown completely.
So how much is the how much amount?
Boy, I try not to even watch the news anymore. So I don't even know what the death toll is right now.
No, I was not really the death toll. I do ask, is the amount of people who have it. But I guess I can't find it on this thing here.
Probably.
So what the people them saying about this reluctance to really take more serious action towards it?
I think it's a split. I really think it's a split. I see where people are saying shut down. I even see it with nurses. Like the people who are on the front line are asking for a shutdown.
Okay, well, they would know.
No longer can take the intake, the amount of people that they're seeing. They cannot deal with it. Even officers are saying, listen, shut down. Although crime has decreased a lot.
Well, yes or two.
They still see people, and they're interacting. So, of course, it's a gamble because, of course, people are on the road and they don't know if they have it.
Yeah. But
so it's definitely a 50-50. You see some people saying, no, nobody cannot tell me when to go in or when to go out. So they're very resilient.
But, we hear, and this is, we say the numbers here. Total cases in America is 240,000, which make it now the epicenter. Because it was Italy, and Italy is 115,000. Now, USA is 240,000. They have 25,392 new cases. And in America, they have 5,808 dead.
Wow.
5,808 dead. So it make it now the epicenter of the whole thing.
Of the whole thing?
Yes. So, all right. So tell me something now. The governor is saying this. And the nurse and the doctors are saying something else. How them can resolve that issue? Take it to the federal government, how them resolve that?
You know, it's something that I was looking into, whether it's something where it's a petition, like how do we make that where it reaches to Governor Cuomo to the point where we say, listen, there's no other option. It has to shut down. And I don't know if they're waiting for the numbers to reach a certain point of death.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking it's a matter of petition. If they see the nurses leaving, maybe that's another thing. But I just heard today they got some nurses from another state to come into New York.
Them have some more nurse?
Yes, some of the nurses came in to New York today.
So what one to the ship where we hear Trump talk about with 1,000 beds?
Yeah, so that's there. And that ship won't have any COVID-19 patients. That's just to kind of, release some of the others. So, people were probably surgeries or things like that. So, yeah, that's actually should be up and running, if not by this weekend. They said Monday. And
what happened to Jobby Center? Because I am very familiar with Jobby Center.
A hospital.
They turn it out makeshift hospital. Beds. Hello?
Yeah. So the Jobby Center has also become an hospital area as well.
Yes.
With over 2,000 beds.
2,000 beds?
Mm-hmm.
So
and those places now is what they're looking for nurses for, even there now as well, Jobby.
And the nurse them are plan to take them with them holiday.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I am hearing Cuomo talking about the ventilators, which by the weekend the ventilators and other things where the nurse them need not going to be there. So I'm calling up on the federal government now for find out where them going to get these ventilators from. And them say them have a shipment coming in, but half of what them bringing in
it's not enough.
Yeah, it's half of it. That I think maybe going to companies where we sell the other half. You know what I mean? Wow.
And it's basically, and like even the nurse friend of mine, what she's saying is just that she's not prepared. They literally, if there's someone there who may be elderly, she said, I've seen where they've decided to use the ventilator for someone else.
And plug out for your own.
And use it for someone else.
Yeah. Them give her up. Them give her up already.
Yeah.
Wow. So the Jamaican community up there, how them handle it? I mean, because we not used to them thing, I mean,
basically more herbs, more just eating, looking for remedies.
Everybody are looking at health food store now.
Yeah.
Health food store become doctor office.
Yes. More changing of diet.
Yes.
More blending of juices.
Wow.
And staying in.
The Rasta way.
Yes.
My Bridget must have beard. But why you love L2 in a Queens? My Bridget must have beard now. You know L2
Yes.
In a Queens there. May I tell you?
In a Queens, yeah.
It must have beard. The shop must pack up.
Mm-mm.
And the weirdest part, we are talking to some Jamaican during the week, and them I say, boy, Muta, and no, Muta love come back to Jamaica, but them can't come back to Jamaica.
Listen, right now, immediately.
Yeah. How long you been there?
Well, I mean, I've been living here for 17 years, but I just came back to Jamaica came back to New York February 29th.
February 29th?
Yeah.
I wonder if you are the one of them who were glad to go back. Boy, I'm tempted to say you are the one of them who were glad to go back, because we can't take America right now, England, Hey, watch out. From my born, I never hear people talk against England and America, so like no. Jamaicans who always are linked against Jamaica, I never hear them talk against England and America, so especially England, because most of our cases come out of England.
From UK, yeah.
I tell you, Oh, why the
One of
mighty
time I look
fallen,
on the
man?
plane when them say, oh, this person from New York, I look back on the plane to myself, say, wait there.
Yeah, what if you're on the plane too? Anyway, you have to stay safe, sister. You know, stay
Yes.
safe, man. Yes. All right.
All right, and you too.
Yeah,
All
man.
right.
Yeah, give thanks. Yes, Ronnie. From New York, man. I tell you, I can imagine you there in England now and say all your prime minister get it. You know, the ear to the throne get it. Yes, it's like you become prejudiced, you know. The prejudice is reversed, you know, because you have to wipe them get it, them never get it too. That's how people say, you know, two big people get it. Them say them all get it too. That no inside out, so it work. You understand? But it's the first I see so much so-called big people get something where little people get. So-called little people, you know, it's like usually it look away, but me not see them a practice now. What them call it? Social. Yeah, me not see them a do that. But me see them on all TV, the government of America and all them man there, them suit and tie. Me not see them a stand up far from one another. Me see the press people them sit down like every other chair. But when me see all them people they stand up, them side of each other, then all them even in Jamaica. Even in Jamaica when we look on the politician them just stand up there and like them have some special antidote where them take, where they never catch it. Brethren, if you don't have an antidote, tell me, you know. Yeah, man, if you don't have an antidote, tell me, because we need to find out what is going on here. But we want to remind you that over between 4 and 5 is brought here by Digicel. Bonus credit when you first top up with $200 or more by the 7th day of each month. Digicel, there with you. You know, get 200 bonus credit with first top up of $200 or more within the first 7 days of the month. Stay connected. Digicel. You know, we have to depend on these communication right now because it might save your life. You know, and them know that too. That's why they don't stop advertise. Because them know say there's nothing else we can do now but go to Flow and Digicel to deal with the communication and links that is necessary to make your life easier and the stress easier. Because it's a weird thing, you know. When you call somebody nowadays, you not hear them, you know. I say, they're supposed to be at them yard and oh, them not answer the phone. I wonder if them go to the hospital. The government said them are going to have some mobile thing where I check for this thing here. They're going to go around the island. And if you want a check, it don't mean that because them have it, you go and get the check. But if you want check, you know, most man never want check. Because man don't like hear them about check, you know. Them prefer have the disease that them and soak them and don't go check. Because I know say Brian wouldn't go do that. Brian never go check. If Brian, if you have, you know, symptoms, not the disease, you know, those symptoms of, you know, like blood pressure and all that. Your blood pressure is supposed to high in a right to do. Right. Eh? You just look like a high blood pressure person. It has shown your teeth. But I judge. I don't judge, but I just say your blood pressure is supposed to high. Anyway, this is the Steppin razor. We're going to go into Cayman, speaking to Adrian Brown. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. What do, man?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad.
Not too bad means say not too good.
Boy, system lockdown, man, so you know.
Okay.
You want to come here, yard, you know, so you know that.
You want to come to Jamaica?
Yes, man.
Why?
Boy, want to come close to my family, man.
Okay. What kind of work you do over here, man?
I'm a merchandiser at Factors.
Is that what?
Supermarket.
Merchandise what?
Merchandiser.
You're a merchandiser.
Yeah.
Oh, you sound like a Syrian, man. Syrian talk about merchandiser. Where you say your merchandise? Where you sell? Where you sell?
Oh, stock the goods on the shelf, man.
Oh, in a supermarket?
In a supermarket, yeah.
Okay, what now the supermarket now work out? Alright, I know.
No, sir.
So them lay off? Them lay off? Eh?
Open every day, man. Still open every day.
Oh, so them not lay off nobody?
No, sir. Not one person.
No, in a Cayman, them not lay off people?
Yeah, like tourist sector.
Yeah, well, no tourists now come there, but I mean, like, which part you live?
No, man, them call it essential staff, you know, like police.
Yeah.
People who work in a pharmacy, supermarket.
Yeah, them have still, the people them still have to eat.
Yeah.
And them need medicine.
Them still have to open.
So tell me now, how long when you get locked down? How long is locked down?
It locked down from about March. I think it's about March them close the airport, you know.
Okay. And how much
about
people?
March 22.
And how much people them say over there have it? Them tests.
Yesterday we find 8 new cases.
Panta power.
I think them find
8 panta power.
8 in all now.
8?
We find, yeah.
So before yesterday them never have none.
Yeah, yesterday we find 8 new cases.
But that may I say, if you have 8 new cases, how much is there before?
I think of 22.
You serious?
Yeah,
22 times, that's 30 that then.
28 with them now.
Oh, 28.
Yeah.
So let me ask you now. Nobody not dead though.
One person that came off a ship, a tourist that came off a ship.
Okay, yes. But I mean, I tell you, a tourist ship, like, them just find a tourist ship with quite a few of them upon it. And them ask if, why them American, you know, them check up to figure out if any American they on the boat, you know, to take off the American them. Yeah, so tell me something now. You have the lockdown and thing are go on, curfew, and if them catch you on the road, you can be arrested and all them something in there, over there.
Yeah, man, you go up to a $3,000 fine.
3,000?
Yeah, 3,000 CI. That for the hard curfew, but the soft curfew, them charge you like $1,000.
Let me ask you a question. When you say a two different price for who? Tell me.
Alright. The night curfew with them out from 7 p.m. in the night to 5 a.m.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be on the road, none at all.
Even if he's an essential worker. Even if he's an essential worker.
The essential worker travel with your
ID.
Work ID.
Yeah,
and,
like out here, yeah.
And the security people.
So
we call it premier, somebody for the police.
Yeah. So what I'm saying now, if you don't have your ID, you're liable to get how much money them going to charge you?
Night 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. them charge you like 3,000 CI.
Yeah, when them charge you the 1,000, who them charge the 1,000?
The soft curfew like during the day.
Oh,
if you know, if you don't have somewhere serious to go like pharmacy or supermarket or bank.
Yeah.
Once the police stop you.
No.
And you like you go somewhere else apart from those places.
Yeah, 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000.
And nobody no object to it. Anybody over there object to it?
No, sir. Nobody no object.
Everybody just accept everything.
Yeah, only person who object to it are like the people who want to go to the beach and them places.
people, because the Fort Clarence pack up the other day. After them tell them, say, don't go nowhere, see how them yard.
Don't go over there.
Fort Clarence pack up. And Fort Clarence on the beach again, you know.
Understand the seriousness here, man.
Yeah, all the people don't understand it, man. It's not that them don't understand it, you know. It's that ignorance. It's that ignorance about where I go on still. And people, some people don't believe it too, you know. You have some people don't believe. Some people feel say it's a hoax. Like, you know, it not really happen. People put that on TV to make you get free and control you and all them something, you know. Like one of them theory there where it not gonna work right now. But you can't come back to Jamaica.
Can't come back right now. Wait till
how much time you come to Jamaica for a year? Like how much time you come to Jamaica for a year?
Like 2 times per year, every 6 months.
Every 6 months you come to Jamaica?
Yeah.
Well, you could have can't come for a year now.
I tell you, or more.
Yeah. Your wife all right though?
Yeah, man, she's here, man.
She's there, here, man?
Yeah.
Then you say you want to come back to come look for your family. You have a regular family over here?
Yeah, because my mother is there, man.
Okay, that's how you have the family. And you have no children over here? You have them over there too?
No, man. Them there at Jamaica.
Okay. Well, big them up, man. Make them know who are to talk.
Yeah, man. Well, I want to big up Jaim and Anaya and Azela. Azela is in America. So it's just 2 in Jamaica.
How old them is?
7 and 3.
Them not going to know what. Them not going to hear that, man. Somebody have to go tell them. Your father, your father, your father, your father. Eh? What kind of cat that I call over around about them? Have corona work? Or am I call them over there? Him pregnant, you pregnant?
Who that? He looks so. No, man, I'm for them place this one.
So you live Monk Fowl?
Than Jamaica, man.
Okay. Well, brethren, may I tell you, say, you sound like you take the thing serious. I love that.
Yes, man. Have to.
Yeah, you sound like you take the thing serious. Because you have a whole lot of people in Jamaica and take it serious, you know. After them tell them to look here, in the day, don't leave your yard. If you don't have nothing to do, don't leave your yard. In the evening, when them cut the curfew, people up on the road are going like say, a joke business government to make. I tell them both of them can't go out and all them something. A joke business like say, them life based up off a party and more party. It's terrible. Anyway, give thanks, brethren.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Stay safe, man.
Yeah. But what me assess them out that me love to see if the government of Jamaica can deal with something for the work of them over here who would really want to go over still, you know? I mean, know so most of them permit worker would really like to come back. I mean, know so them discipline enough to just stay in. So I don't know if we can line up and look out playing our thing, you know? Yeah.
Said something today that was very enlightening, because it was very enlightening to me reading that thing about the different aspects of the coronavirus and some things where we should have really started to check, but we never did that check before. Yes, serious thing. You have to just suspect everyone, so them have it. It sounds weird, but including yourself, you have to just think, say, everyone where you come in contact with have the disease, the virus, and just work accordingly. Because the same time you drop down your guard, and we see countries, it reach certain countries where them drop down them guard. China was the one who dropped down them guard the other day and have to put it up back, because them realize, say, when we did that, say, certain other things we never did have look on. And in Jamaica, you give a man 2 weeks still, you know, and if you not show no sign, you let him go still. And you have people who recover, but the recover time lapse. Or we decide, or what is the indication that him totally don't have it after time go through it. You know, we need to really monitor those people. Maybe them are monitor them already still. Because we know of cases where people look like them alright, and then eventually then go back in it. You know, and as usual, we are said to the people them, Especially the people them in the areas where them call ghetto and them thing there, you know. If you understand where I go, you see all them game on a play at night time and all them something there. You can't ease up half of that, you know. Because we not no dance go on, you know. You know, I mean, no most of have all Netflix in our house, even though the house no proper. Just like how some man have big Benz park up in front of them zinc fence. You know, when them do have nowhere to park the car. Find something to do that you never usually do with your family or with your friend inside of your house. We're not talking about invite people, come over, come drink liquor. You understand? And the idea of social, what them call it, we can't remember it, you know. Social what? Distancing. Social distancing is a real thing. Real thing. Social distancing is a real thing. Because that's the best way. That's how you're going to know, say, well, you never did pass it to a next person, and the person never did pass it to the next person. Social distancing. I know it's difficult, given that we love hold up one another and shake off one another and lick one another upon the shoulder. But it's something where we have to go live with, you know. A whole heap of things where we never used to do, or what we used to do when we were picnic. You know, whole heap of people now watch them on. No time at all. No time at all, them now watch them on. No them until they say watch your hand thoroughly. You know, make sure that the soap are sort up, foam up before you just start wash out the soap off of your hand. Don't put no whole heap of things separately. The soaping off the hand, washing off the hand is enough. Everybody can afford soap, I think. But we need to deal with it on that level there. Wash your hand. And them say try don't put it in your face. And one of the ways we don't put it in your face is to put on a mask right now. Me I say that. This is not a government memo come out, yes, you know, but me I say that as a concerned citizen. Me think say anytime you go a road and you know say you go amongst people, you have to put on a mask. And that me I say right now. Me no business about what government wants to say. As a matter of fact, I would hope that the government follow suit. If you know you go a road and you go amongst people, put on a mask. If you don't have a mask, make one. It's an easy thing to make. You know, it's an easy thing to make. Because we are trying to say, it's safe, we are trying to save life, you know. See if we are trying to save life. You know, and you see people, them say 5,500 people coming on the island between, I think it's about a week in a March, 5,500 people coming here. Them say 1,500 people left. That means 4,000 people.
5,500 was the net figure.
The net figure, yeah.
5,500 was so much left back.
5,500 left back or 4 something left back.
5,500
Left back in the island. That make it sound even more worse to me because I think 4,000 odd people left. No, what them I say is that 5,000 people in the island. We don't know how much of them go on as what them call it quarantine themselves. But it's enough people that to go find. And the government can't find no whole heap of them people there. So here I tell people them to do. Pop up, Brian, all I know. You see if you're in an area and you see somebody coming out the area, so them just come from foreign and I walk around the place and I buy liquor for everybody and this and that. But tell the authorities, because you might be in a problem. Tell the authorities, say, watch out. No man I never used to see in my area, you know. I see him coming out the area and him say him just come from England. Him just come from New York. When I say just for me like last month, I see him all that rent taxi for drive go to Negril. Stop all St. Elizabeth and buy bami and fish for the border. Stop and buy liquor. Them things they need if you understand, 5,000 people they out there right now where need to come in and need to quarantine themselves. You know you have certain little hype up man we coming at the island and now. I'm so glad to see all them grandmother were in a Portland. Him just hire all a van with all them bridge in them and say we are going to put and go look for and Tiny, you know. A long time you know say and Tiny. And when them reach up there, you know, it's big thing, you know. Everybody come out, you know. Right, you know, long time you know say Henry. Henry come, you know. I want to bring anything for me. Run down over the house, go up Henry and all them something there. And Henry come from England. He might look for so much Clark boot in the car for him and all them something there. And Henry, good to have it. And you don't know. And really actually him can't leave you now. So he must stay here and I run up and down all over the island. And then you have that now where you call it community start to get infected. Anyway, next week we're there again. So we're gone, you know.